Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your love snapshot for June 2017. These are a short 3-card spread for the path of love and romance for June 2017 for those of you who are in relationships, established relationships, or young relationships, and for those of you who are single and dating and looking to be in a relationship. So for those of you who are not interested in this little relationship spread, just stick with the beginning of the month generals and the mid-month generals. So this is a look at what is potentially on the path of love and romance for all of you relationships and singles looking for relationships, people out there. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so there's many of you watching. Of course, they're not going to play out the same for everyone watching. While the energy will remain fundamentally the same, the specifics, of course, will change. So watch your rising and your moon sign videos as well for additional clarification or more predictive playing out for you. Thank you for continuing to watch and listen and follow and subscribe, for all your support and feedback, and for keeping me so busy with one-on-one readings. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you haven't read with me before, you can click on that about or description button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. That's MAGGIE, the number 1, MCGUIRE@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week, so turnaround time is pretty fast. It's anywhere from a couple of days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always we can schedule a reading within a 2-week period of time. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. So this reading is for Libra, the air sign of Libra, for June 2017. A short love snapshot of what is potentially ahead on the path of love and romance for Libra for June 2017. Libra, June 2017. Okay, Libra, we have the Three of Wands. Interesting because Scorpio got the Three of Wands as the first card too. Next to that, we have the Eight of Wands, and then we have the King of Cups. So Libra, the Three of Wands, fire energy, that's the energy which governs this suit, and the Eight of Wands, which is dynamic, fluid energy. When you think about fire, it's about change, movement, action, power, creating and building and manifesting energy. It's very dynamic and forward moving. The Three of Wands is about laying the groundwork for something. The Two is about where you decide what your long-term vision is, decide what you want in terms of relationship. What are you really hoping, what kind of a relationship are you really hoping to have down the road? And the Three of Wands is where we actually start doing the footwork, putting it into place. Now, for those of you who are single and dating, this could be taking a look perhaps at, you know, how do I build the kind of a relationship that I want, and how do I find the kind of partner that I would be happy with, and vice versa. Maybe taking a look at how you're dating and maybe making some adjustments or changes, you know, maybe switching from one organization to another, or joining more groups or organizations, maybe being more socially active. For some of you who are single and have not been in the dating scene for a while but are thinking of getting back into it, this could be, okay, how do I do this in a practical way, looking at what options there are out there, dating websites, joining groups, you know, becoming more social, maybe going out to organizations which are oriented towards singles in your age group, or you know, that you would connect with on a better level. So kind of starting to do some footwork, and maybe adjusting some things that you're already doing in order to bring about results. Next to that, we have the Eight of Wands, more fire energy. This is a card of communication. It can represent communication going back and forth, and since we live in such a technologically advanced age, this can be all forms of communication: text, email, phone, you know, Skype, etc. I often, when this card comes up in reference to dating, it can represent online dating as well, exchanging messages, meeting people that way. It can also represent that you are in communication with a lot of people. You could be socially active, particularly those of you who are dating. For others of you who are in an established relationship, particularly with the Three of Wands, it's about where to take something a little bit further. You may be in a young relationship, maybe with someone, dating someone, and you know, maybe talking, for some of you, this could be talking about, okay, how are we doing with each other? I really like you, you like me, so where do we go from here? And maybe kind of talking about commitment, different aspects of that. Single, of course, it's just being social and interacting with a lot of people. And for those of you who are thinking of getting back into the dating scene and aren't, it's communication is key here, particularly in today's day and age. For others of you, this Eight of Wands, I think a smaller portion of you, this Eight of Wands can represent communication, which is coming, which is on its way, but it hasn't arrived yet, and it may somewhere during the month of June 2017, maybe the last half, because as you can see, these wands representing the communication have left their point of origin, but they have not yet hit the ground. So for some of you, communication is ongoing, and you could be communicating with someone that you haven't met yet, or communicating. Those of you who are in established relationships, I feel there's some of you, a few of you, your partner is away or away on travel right now, and you're communicating with them, and it's about your future. Ooh, I just got somebody's in an established relationship, and either you or your mate is traveling, but the purpose of that travel is somehow has to do with building up your future or setting up your future. Maybe they're traveling for work, or you're thinking of relocating, and they're setting stuff up for that so that you can join them later. Wow, that feels very specific. I don't usually get them that specific for the snapshots, but that's for somebody out there. Now, at or towards the end, we have the King of Cups. So Cups is water energy. And in Tarot, this is the suit that is about the emotional aspect of our lives, that emotional landscape sector of our lives, which also includes relationships. Kings and Queens represent individuals who've reached the mastery of their suit. So they're grown-ups. They've matured beyond the page, immature, naive, childish page energy, which we all begin at, and that spontaneous, impulsive energy of the night. So they've reached the achievement of the energy and the character traits of their suit, even though Kings and Queens can have bad days too. So this is the King of Cups. This is the King of Emotions. He's also sometimes called the King of Cool because he's reached a point in his life where he's emotionally grounded and stable. He's often able to keep his head and his emotional stability, even when other people around him or the situation's chaotic. He's the one that's very calm and grounded. A lot of people seek him out for advice. In terms of a romantic sense, he would be really a great partner, particularly in an established relationship, loving, nurturing. This is the guy that would remember your birthday, your anniversary, cook you a nice dinner, take you out, rub your feet, buy you roses, things like that. Very connective, loving, nurturing individual. So how does this play out? For singles, this could be somebody that you're in communication with. For some of you, this could be single and dating. This could be somebody that a potential prospect that you're maybe communicating with, maybe online, maybe you haven't met yet, but you're communicating with them and feeling kind of good about where it's at so far, and maybe considering, maybe setting up this communication. You're setting up a date, you're setting up meetings. Some of you who are dating, you may be dating this King of Cups. And this could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or it could just be somebody who manifests the character traits of the King of Cups. You may be dating him and communication's going really well, and you may be starting to talk about where it's going from there. For those of you in an established relationship, there is communication going back and forth between you and this King of Cups, your partner in your life, who's showing up as a male because it's a king, but it could just as easily be a female as well. This is a general reading, and you can't really be all that gender specific, but even in personal readings, like I could come up as a king, or a male could come up as a queen. It just means that in the particular reading, whatever you're focused on in that reading, that there's a more masculine or a feminine aspect of yourself in the situation in the reading. So just to clarify how that works, it's not always gender specific in our actual physical plumbing. So it just reflects an aspect of who we are in the situation. So this could easily be a female as well, for those of you males who are watching. But again, for an established relationship, there is communication going back and forth between the two of you. That's interesting. I just got, Libra, I just got two specific messages for Libra. somebody is actually putting out an ad, maybe it's on a dating website or something, where you're describing kind of a King of Cups individual, someone that you're looking for, which is interesting. But for established relationships, this would reflect your mate, communication with your mate. Again, some of you, it's about moving forward in the future. For those of you in an established relationship, you may be there. I feel like there may be a separation or a distance between the two of you. There's a particular group of you, there's distance or separation, but it's because they're exploring something which has to do with building your future. So there's communication back and forth. You know, they may be setting up a house somewhere else, or looking for a house, looking for a place to live, or relocating for a job, and they're kind of gone ahead, or you are the one that's gone ahead as well. For others of you in an established relationship, you may just be, you know, in communication with your mate, talking about your future, making plans for your future. Just a lot of really good communication. It all feels very positive so far for the month of June. It does feel like a month that involves a lot of communication, whether you're single or whether you're attached. There's a lot of communication going on between you and other people. And for those of you who are just re-entering the dating scene, communication is key, particularly in the world we live in today. So Libra, that pretty much sums up your June 2017 love snapshot, a little glimpse into what the next few weeks has in store for you potentially in this area of your life. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it's brought you a little insight, guidance, because that's why we do these readings. Thank you very much for watching. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that About or Description button for more information and my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, so we can usually set up a reading anywhere within a few days to 2-week period of time. You can also find me through that same email address on PayPal for those of you who care to donate in support of my channel. And thank you for those of you who have and continue to. I've actually seen an upsurge of that in the last couple of months. So thank you very much. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the mid-month generals. And until then, as always, Libra, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.